Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. With the bountiful blessings of our Acharya, we are now in the third session of the lecture series on Mooka Panchashati. We have completed up to verse 19 of the first Arya Satakam. So we go to verse 20 now. Mami.
Start Mama. Sri Guru Namaha. Sweta mantharahasite shata madhye cha vangmanotita shita lochana pate spita kuchasimni shashvati mata.
As we saw earlier, the Stuti Shatakam is full of descriptions of Devi. The glory of Devi is being described in various ways by the poet's imagination. Shashvati Mata, the eternal mother, the mother who is eternal, who is not like the human mother, which changes from birth to birth. Every birth we have a different mother. But here we have a Shashvati Mata, eternal mother. Now the description. Shweta Manthara Hasite. Manthara means slow, gentle. Hasite, smiling. Gently smiling. And in that gentle smile, she is appearing Shweta. Shweta means white. Because of her white teeth, when she smiles gently, the whole face appears white because of the shine emanating from the teeth. That's the meaning. Shweta Manthara Hasite Shata Madhye Cha. Madhye means in the middle portion, in the waist. In the waist portion, Shata. Shata means slender, very thin. This is as per the Samudrika Lakshanam of women, the middle portion is supposed to be slender. So the poet is describing all the beauties of Devi's physical form. Shata Madhye Cha. Then he goes to the mental form. Vang Mano Atita. Vang Mana Atita. Vak is speech, Mana is mind, Atita is beyond. She is beyond speech and I think it says Vag Bhanu in the one which is coming on the screen. It should be corrected. Vang Mano. Vang Mano. Vak is speech, Mana, mind. She is beyond the scope, the ken of speech and mind that we have seen before. Shita Lochana Pate. Lochana Pate, Lochana is eyes, Pate means the dropping of the vision. That means direction of the vision. That means wherever she sees, that area where she directs her vision becomes very cool. Shita means cool. Because she is cool. When she directs her vision, she is always cool. So that area also becomes cool. So when she directs her vision, Lochana Pate, Shita, she is cool. Sthita Kucha Simni. Kucha, bosom, Simni in the area of the bosom. Sthita, large. She is large in the area of the bosom, as opposed to Shata Madhyecha. In the waist area, she is very slender. In the bosom area, she is very large. Our eternal mother is white in the gentle smile, is slender in her waist area. She is beyond the scope of words and mind. And when she directs her vision in her kataksha, she is very cool. And she is cool because of compassion. There is no anger, there is no dvesha. So she is very cool, Shita. Dayardra, they say. Daya, Ardra. Ardra means wet with compassion. So when you are wet, you are always cool. Sphita Kuchasu Simni. So in the area of the bosom, she is large. We go to the next one. Mami. Purataha. Where is Mami?
Sorry. पुरतक्कदानुकरवै पुरवैरि विमर्द पुलकिताङ्गलतां पुनतीं काञ्चीदेशं पुष्पायुधवीर्य सरसपरिपाटी.
Purataha kada na karavai. Kada nu karavai, not na. It is printed as na in the screen. That's why I read it as na. It is wrong. Kada nu karavai. Nu means when at all. Kada nu, when at all. When at all. Purataha, in front of me. Karavai, you will appear. Karavai means you will do. Here it means you will appear. When at all you will appear in front of me. Who is going to appear in front of me? That is the description. Puravairi Vimarda Pulakita Anga Latam. Puravairi, we all know. Tripurari, Parameshwara. He destroyed 3 cities, 3 Puras. So he is the enemy of 3 Puras. So he is known as Puravairi, enemy of Puras. So Shiva, Vimarda, when he embraces, Vimarda is embracing. When he embraces, Pulakita Anga Latam. Her Devi's body is like a lata, like a creeper, gentle like a creeper. So her limbs, Anga, become Pulakita. Hair standing on end, excited. Horripilation. Pulakita is horripilation, hair standing on end. And that is because of the excitement when Shiva embraces. Puravairi Shiva, Vimarda, when he embraces, Vimarda is embraced. Pulakita, horripilation, hair standing on end. Anga, her limbs, Lata, she is like a creeper, gentle. Punatim Kanchi Desham. Punati means protecting, purifying. Punati means purifying. Purifying the Kanchi area because of her very presence. In fact, Shastras say when any jnani resides in any particular place, that area becomes extraordinarily pure for any jnani. So when Devi herself is present in Kanchi Desha, there is no need to say that she purifies Kanchi Desha. Punati, purifying Kanchi Desha. Pushpayudha Virya Sarasa Paripati. Pushpayudha we know. Panchashara, so many times we have seen in different ways. Menadhvaja and all. That is Manmatha. Pushpa Ayudha. His weapons are flowers. Pushpa Ayudha. Virya, his power, his courage, his boldness. Sarasa, his boldness is not in attacking somebody in a himsa way, in an attacking mode. His attack is welcome. His attack is sarasa, very pleasing. That is why his courage, his power is pleasing, sarasa. It is pleasing. Paripati, that sequence, paripati means sequence. It is not as if he attacks and then he stops. No, it's continuously, it goes on. His actions are continuous. So paripati is continuous sequence. Now, Devi is the sequence. Devi, paripati is the description of Devi. Devi is the sequence. Devi is the succession of his pleasing, courageous acts of the Pushpayudha of Manmatha. Means what? Means we have seen before that Devi is the power behind Manmatha's actions of erotics, actions of love with his Pushpayudha. So, when will you appear before me? And then the description follows. You are a creeper, your limbs are excited, hair standing on end by the embrace of Shiva, Tripurari. You are purifying Kanchi area, and you are the power behind the sequential action of the pleasing, bold, courageous love action of Pushpayudha, Manmatha. Yeah, next one. Punya Kapi.
Punya kapi purandri punkita kandarpa sampada vapusha pulinachari kampayaga puramathanam punakani chulitam kurute.
Every sloka has got a different theme and different way of presenting, different imagination. That's the beauty. Punya Kapi, some sacred person. Punya is a sacred person, a person of religious merit, person of Punya. Now, Punya is a Strilinga, feminine. So, Punya, somebody, some woman who has got a lot of Punya, religious merit, some sacred woman, that is Devi. We have seen before why he is saying always Kachana, Kamapi, etc., etc. Always he is using this type of word. We have seen before because she is beyond description. Punya Kapi Purandri. Purandri means a married woman. Some married woman who is full of Punya, Punkhita Kandarpa Sampada Vapusha. Vapu is body. By her, Vapusha means by her body. Punkhita Kandarpa Sampada. Kandarpa is Manmatha. Kandarpa Sampada. Sampada is his bounty, his glory. Manmatha's glory, Manmatha's bounty is enhanced. Punkhita, enhanced. Punkha means actually a feather. You might have seen in big wars in olden days, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. When arrows are used, the arrows have got Punkha, feathered arrows. Every warrior had his own speciality, special feathered arrows. So Manmatha has got his own special feathered arrows, which are flowers. We have seen that. Now, that flower arrow, that feather, that beauty, that enhancement of beauty is given by whom? Is given by the beauty of the form of Devi. So, by her body, Vapusha, she is Punkhita, she is enhancing, she is adding a feather to the bounty, the glory, Sampada of Kandarpa, Manmatha. Pulinachari Kampayaha. Kampayaha of the Kampa river. Pulina is the bank. The sandy bank is called Pulina. Chari means she is moving about. She is moving about on the sandy banks of Kampa river. Puramathanam Pulaka Nichulitam Kurute. Puramathanam is again Shiva. Puramathana is Shiva, like Purari we saw before, Puravairi, same, Puramathana. Mathana means actually churning. Mathana is churning. That means he churned, he destroyed the three Puras. Puramathanam Shiva, Pulaka Nichulitam Kurute. Pulaka means again hair standing on end. Last time we saw that Devi was described as Pulakankita, Pulakita Angalata, we saw. Now, same is attributed to Shiva. Puramathanam, Pulaka. Now he is excited, his hair standing on end. Nichulitam means covered. His whole body is covered with hair standing on end. That means there is no part of the body where his hair is not standing on end. That means excited. So much excited. Pulaka Nichulitam. Nichulitam means covered by Pulaka. Kurute. Kurute means she does. She carries this out. Devi carries out the action of making Shiva covered with hair standing on end. So some married woman who is having a lot of punya, a lot of sacred religious merit, by her body, by her form, she is glorifying Manmatha's glory. She is enhancing Manmatha's power. Punkhita, enhancing, adding feather. Punkha is feather. And she is moving about on the sandy banks of Kampa, and she is making Shiva very much excited with his hair standing on end all over his body. Yeah, next. Tanimadvaita.
Tanimadvaitavalagnam tarunaruna sampradaya tanulekham tatasimanikampaya tarunima sarvasva madhyamadraksham.
We have seen before the word adraksham. Adraksham means I have seen. Now he has seen. The poet says, I have seen Devi. What he has seen, he is describing. Tanimadvaita valagnam. Valagnam is waist. Now we saw in one of the earlier slokas that Devi is described as one with having slender waist. Now same thing is repeated here. You find a lot of repetition in the description of female form. That is because he wants us to grasp it thoroughly. He is so much carried away by Devi's presence in his heart that he is keeping on describing again and again. That is how we must also develop that ability to see Devi in that form in our hearts. That's what he expects. Taniva Advaita Valagnam. Valagnam means waist. Advaita means peerless, unique. Advaita means there is only one, isn't it? Advaita means there is no second. So here also, there is no second to the waist of Devi, which is Tanima. Tanima means thinness, slenderness, marked by slenderness. Waist marked by slenderness, which is unparalleled, which is not found in anyone else. Taruna, Aruna, Sampradaya, Tanu, Lekham. Tanu means body. Lekham means a line, a streak. Body like a line. That means whole body is very slender. That's what he is trying to say. Tanu Lekham. Now, that kind of Tanu Lekham, that slender body, Sampradaya. Sampradaya means has been given. Sampradaya, in Sanskritam, there are different meanings for the same word we have seen before. Sampradaya also means tradition. Like we have Sampradaya schools, where traditional education is being given. So here Sampradaya means giving. The act of giving is Sampradaya. Act of giving fully, properly. That's the Sampradaya. Sampra, both are emphasizing the dhatu of daya. Daya means giving. Pradaya, giving something special. Sampradaya, giving something special very well. Taruna, Aruna, Sampradaya. Taruna means youthful. Aruna means red color. Youthfulness and red color have given themselves to her body, which is very slender. That means she is very youthful and she is beautifully red in color. Her whole body, Tanu Lekham. Taruna, Aruna, Sampradaya, Tanu Lekham. Youthfulness and pink red color have given themselves, Sampradaya, to Tanu, to her body, Lekham, which is like a line, like a streak, very thin. Tatasimani Kampayaha. He said Adraksham, I have seen. Where he has seen? He has seen Kampayaha Tatasimni. Of the Kampa river, Tata is again bank on the Seemni in the area, on the area of the bank of Kampa river. Tarunima Sarvaswam Adyam. Adyam means we have seen before the primal Devi who is the first. There was no deity before Devi. So Adyam, Adi Parashakti. Tarunima Sarvaswam. Tarunima means youthfulness. Youthfulness in full form. There is no youthfulness left anywhere else other than her body. All youthfulness have gone to her body. That is Tarunima Sarvaswam. So whatever youthfulness other human beings claim is only a grant of her own youthfulness. That is the implication. That is the implied meaning. Whatever Ananda we get comes from Devi. Whatever Tarunima, whatever youthfulness we get comes from Devi. Whatever Vaibhava, whatever glory we have comes from Devi. So everything is concentrated in her. That is why Tarunima Sarvaswam. All youthfulness is concentrated in her. Sarvaswam, completely in her. Adyam, the primal deity. Adi Parashakti, Adraksham, I saw Devi, whose waist is unparalleled, second, there is no second, which is very slender, and whose thin, slender frame has been given Taruna, Aruna, youthfulness and red color. And I have seen her on the banks of river Kampa. And how is she? She is Tarunima Sarvaswam, youthfulness personified. All youthfulness is in her. Yeah, next. Paushtika. Mami, unga voice valla. Voice valla.
Paushtika karma vipakam paushpasharam savidasimni kampayaga adraksham atta yauvanam abhyudayam kanchidadda shashimulege.
Adraksham again, I have seen. Kanchit, someone I have seen. Now he is describing. Paushtika karma vipakam paushpasaram. Pushpasara is Manmatha again, we have seen. Shara is arrow, who is having a flower as arrow. Pushpasara, paushpasaram of Manmatha. Paushtika karma vipakam. We know that whenever our karma matures, it gives its effect. Now, whatever we enjoy in our present life is the effect of past karma. We know that. Not all of our past karma has come to fruition. Only some part of our past karma has come to fruition in this life, which is called the prarabdha karma. So, similarly, for Manmatha, his karma has come to fruition. Karma vipakam. Vipakam is coming to fruition, maturing. Actually, paka means cooking. Cooking food is called paka. That is why it's called vipaka means maturity, fruition, coming to fruition. Now, paushtika means adding nutrition. Now, here it means promoting. Now, that means what? He had a karma which gave that power. With that karma came to fruition. That is why he was born as Manmatha with that power. He was born as the son of Vishnu. Manasija, he is the mind-born son of Vishnu. How he got that kind of rare privilege? Because of karma vipaka. Because he had some punya karma to his credit, which matured. So he had become Manmatha. Now, becoming Manmatha is all right, but having full power is given by, that pushti is given by Devi. So karma vipaka made him Manmatha. Now Devi's blessings, anugraha, gave him pushti. That power got glorified, enhanced. You are born with some power, but unless that power is enhanced by the encouragement of Devi, you cannot succeed. That is the indirect meaning. So we always need Devi's blessings, even if you have karma vipaka. Paushtika karma vipakam, paushpasaram, savidhasimni kampayaha. Again, same, like last words. Adraksham, he said, I have seen, where I have seen, kampayaha, savidhasimni. Savidha means nearby, proximate, in the area, proximate to Kampa river. Adraksham, I saw. Atta yauvanam. Atta means attained. Yauvanam, youthfulness. She has attained youth. She has just become 16. She is a young girl of 16. That's what Atta Yauvanam. Now, she is also Ardha Shashi Maulehe Abhyudayam. Kanchit someone. Ardha Shashi Maulehe. That is Shiva's description. See, for every time Shiva is described in different ways. Different descriptions are given for Shiva, different descriptions are given for Manmatha. That shows the poet's imagination, capability, greatness, glory of the poet. Ardha Shashi Maulehe. Shashi is moon, Maule is head. Ardha Shashi, crescent moon, part moon. Now, part moon, crescent moon, he is having on the head, so he is Shiva. Ardha Shashi Maulehe of Shiva. Abhyudayam. Abhyudayam means prosperity. Abhyudayam means prosperity, glory. Actually, there are two qualities, two aims, two lakshyas which are prescribed for human beings. One is called Abhyudaya, another is called Nishreyasa. Abhyudaya is interpreted as Laukika Sukha, Iha Para Saukhya, we say, isn't it? Ihaloka Saukhya is Abhyudaya and Paraloka Saukhya is Nishreyas. Nishreyas means getting moksha. Now, here the reference is Shashi, Ardha Shashi Maulehe Abhyudayam. Now, there is nothing like Paraloka Sukham for him, isn't it? There is nothing like moksha for him. So, if he gets Abhyudaya, if he feels very happy at this time, that is greatness. That is something which he is going to be happy about. So, his prosperity, Abhyudaya is prosperity, his glory is Devi. Devi is the prosperity. Devi is the glory of Ardha Shashi Mauli Shiva. So, Devi is adding nutrition, promoting the karma vipaka, the maturity of karma, the fruition of karma of Paushpasharam, of Manmatha. And I have seen Adraksham, I have seen Devi Kamakshi, where? On the banks of Kampa River, in the area near Kampa River. Atta Yauvanam, she has attained youth in all glory, and she is herself Ardha Shashimaulehe Abhyudayam. She is herself the prosperity, the glory of Shiva. Next, Samshrita Kanchi Deshe.
Samshrita Kanchi Deshe Sarasija Daurbhagya Jagratuttam Se Samvinmaye Viliye Saraswata Purushakara Samrajye.
Viliye, second line. Viliye means I merge. Now he is coming out with the real state of his mind. He is not himself. He has lost body consciousness. That he is expressing it. Viliye means I merge completely. I merge. I have lost myself. Layam is coming from the same dhatu. Layam means merger. Viliye, I merge myself. I have merged myself. In whom he has merged himself? Samshrita Kanchi Deshe. Samshrita means having reached. Normally it means having taken refuge in. Here it means having reached. Having reached Kanchi Desha. One who has reached Kanchi Desha, that is Devi. Sarasija Daurbhagya Jagrat Uttam Se. Now she is having moon in her head. Uttam Se is her head, her crest. We have seen last time Vatamsa. Here it is Uttamsa. It means the same. Crest, head. She is having moon on her head. Now, moon is described in a very peculiar manner. Sarasija Daurbhagya Jagrat. What does moon do? Sarasija is lotus. Daurbhagya, misfortune. Moon creates misfortune for lotus. Jagrati means awakes. He wakes up the misfortune of lotus. He wakes up he creates the misfortune of lotus. Isn't it? Whenever moon rises, lotus shrinks. Whenever sun rises, lotus blossoms. That is why moon is Sarasija Daurbhagya Jagrati. That moon she is having in her Uttamsa, in her head, in her crest. Samvinmaye, samvit-maye. Samvit means jnana. Vit means jnana. Samvit means that jnana which will give us moksha. That is samvit. Vit in a general sense means any knowledge. But samvit means that knowledge which will give us moksha. That only Devi is known as samvit, samvinmayi. Knowledge personified. That glorious knowledge which will give us moksha. She is the embodiment of that samvit, samvinmaye. Viliye, I merge myself in that Devi. And she is also Saraswata Purushakara Samrajye. Samrajya means empire. She is described as an empire. She is described as a Samrajya. Samrajya what? Saraswata Purushakara. Saraswata means connected with Saraswati. That is knowledge. She is described as empire of knowledge. If she is described as Saraswata Samrajya, that is okay. But she is not described as Saraswata Samrajya. She is described as Saraswata Purushakara Samrajya. Purushakara means human effort. Purushakara is human effort. Now, for attaining any knowledge, you have to put in effort. No knowledge comes to you without making any effort. Only a very rare person may be there who has attained knowledge because of his past karma. Even for him, some great soul's anugraha is required, then only he will get that knowledge. That we have seen in Puranas. So, normally, human effort is required. At least symbolic effort is required. Now, even Lord Krishna went to Sandipani and he spent 64 days learning all the 64 arts from Sandipani. We saw. Now, that is Purushakara. He also had to do some Purushakara, some human effort. For a normal human being, you have to do a lot of effort. Saraswata Purushakara Samrajya. That effort itself is the empire. That means what? No effort you can make without her blessing. So first you take her blessing, then you put in your effort. That is, the effort itself is her empire. So you are taking away her empire from her when you are making the effort. She is giving you a part of her empire when you are making your effort to attain any knowledge. So she is the empire of the human effort put in for attaining any knowledge. Saraswata Purushakara Samrajye. So I merge myself totally in my heart with that Devi who has taken to Kanchi Desha for her abode and who is having in her crest, in her head, moon, which causes daurbhagya, which causes misfortune to lotus. And she is personification of pure, the highest knowledge which will give us moksha, and she is also an empire in herself of all the human efforts which are required for getting any knowledge. Saraswata. Next.
Modita madhukara vishikam swadima samudaya sarakoda adrita Adrita Kanchi Kelanam Adimamarunya Bedama Kalaye.
Akalaye, it ends with Akalaye. Kalaye and Akalaye are same. I think we have seen before Kalaye. Kalaye means I meditate in my heart. Akalaye means I meditate thoroughly, completely. Whom he is meditating upon. Now comes the description. Modita Madhukara Vishikam. Vishikha means arrow. What kind of arrow she is having? She is having flower arrows. Now flower arrows naturally will make the honey bee happy. Madhukara is honey bee. Modita means making it happy. Making the Madhukara, making the honey bee happy. That kind of arrow she is having. So Modita Madhukara Vishikam. Swadima Samudaya Sara Kodandam. Now arrow has been described. Now the Kodanda, the bow. The bow is sugarcane. That is being described. Now Swadima Samudaya Sara. The Kodanda is described as Swadima means sweetness. Swadu means sweet. Swadima, sweetness. Samudaya, the heap of sweetness. That means sweetness comes in different ways, isn't it? We have got different sweets, isn't it? Different preparations of sweet. We have got laddu, we have got jangri, etc., etc. Now each is a sweet which is distinct, but there is something common with all these sweets. That is the sara. So sweetness is the sara of the heap of sweetnesses. Heap of sweetnesses, sweets which are made with sugar cane. Sugar cane is the basics sweetness, isn't it? That is why that is described as the essence of the heap of sweetnesses, which are preparations made from sugarcane's sugar. So Swadima Samudaya Sara, that is the essence. Kodanda is the bow, sugarcane bow, the red Ikshu Kodanda. Pundraikshu Kodanda, we have said. Pundra means red color, Ikshu means sugarcane. Adrita Kanchi Khelanam. Khelana means playing, sporting in Kanchi. Adrita means she is giving, she likes it, she delights. Adrita means, Adar means giving recognition is one meaning, delighting is another meaning, two meanings. Now here, earlier we have seen Adrita giving recognition. Here it means she is delighting, she is very happy in playing in Kanchi. Adrita Kanchi Khelanam, she is delighting in playing about in Kanchi. Adimam, that is same as Adyam, that is the Adi Parashakti. Arunya Bhedam, Arunya means red color. Aruna is red. Arunyam, red color. Arunya Bhedam, he says. He could have said simply Arunyam. Now he says Arunya Bhedam means different kind of redness. That means she is not ordinary redness. If you have seen any other redness, like Arunodayam, the sun at the time of sunrise, that is also Aruna, that is also Arunya. Now this Arunya of Devi is not comparable to that Arunya or Arunya of any other genre. It is not comparable. This is totally different. So, unique. It is not comparable. It is unique. That is why it is Arunya Bhedam. That's why he is adding that word Bheda. So I meditate in my heart on Devi, whose arrows make Madhukara, make honeybees very happy, whose Kodanda, whose bow is made of sugarcane, which is the essence of the heaps of sweetnesses, various kinds of sweetnesses, and she is delighting in playing about, in sporting in Kanchi area, and she is the primal Devi, Adi Devi, and she is Arunya Bheda. She is having a unique red color, very attractive red color, because she only can have so much of compassion. That is the indirect meaning. Compassion is red color. Now, who can compare with her in compassion? No one. That is the meaning Arunya Bhedam. Next, Urari Krita.
Udharíkrita Kanchipurim Upanishad Aravinda Kuhara Madhudhara Unnamrastana Kalashim Utsavalagarim Upasmage Shambho.
Urari Krita Kanchipuri. Urari Krita means adopted. She has adopted Kanchipuri as her abode. She could have chosen any other abode. Now, it is our great fortune that she chose to be in Kanchi, which is good for all of us. So, she could, supposing she chooses North Pole, what is the use of that place? It is not accessible to any human being. So, instead of that, instead of any inaccessible mountain, inaccessible place, she has chosen Kanchipuri, one of the 7 Mokshapuris. So, that is her compassion again. Urari Krita Kanchipuri. She has adopted Kanchipuri as her abode. Urari Krita adopted. Upanishad Aravinda Kuhara Madhu Dharam. Dhara is flow. Madhu Dhara, flow of honey. Pravaha of honey. Flowing honey. Where honey is flowing? Kuhara. In a central cavity in the stem. Which stem? Aravinda, lotus. In the central cavity, in the lotus stem, there is a madhudhara, there is a flow, continuous flow of honey. Now, which Aravinda he is talking about? He is talking about Upanishad Aravinda. In the Aravinda, which is lotus, which is Upanishad. In the lotus, which is Upanishad, in that Lotus, there is a central cavity in the stem, and in that central cavity, there is a continuous flow of honey, which means what? The essence of Upanishad is Parabrahman. We all know it. Jnanakanda Upanishad is only about Pratipadana of Parabrahman, showing Parabrahman to us. That is the only sole purpose of Upanishads. So, Parabrahman is Devi, Devi is Parabrahman. So, Kamakshi is the Madhudhara, is the flowing honey inside the cavity in the thin, slender stem of the Upanishad lotus. That means what? That means you may read all of the Upanishads, but you may be spending time on the outer petals. You have to go and reach the stem, and you have to reach the Madhudhara. That means you have to go to the essence of Upanishad. You should not lose yourself. In every text, in any book, there are lots of externals. So don't lose yourself in externals. Go to the essence. Unnamra Stana Kalashim. This we have seen before. Stana is bosom, Kalasha is pot like bosom. Unnamra means elevated, lofty. We have seen before Uttugga, similar. Unnamra means elevated pot like bosom. Shambhoho Utsava Lahari. She is the wave. Lahari means continuous wave of festivity, Utsava. For whom? For Shiva. For Shiva, she is the continuous festival. See, we all know Utsava. In temples, we celebrate Utsava, isn't it? Brahmotsava, Pavitrotsava, etc., etc. Masotsava, Pakshotsava, and so on. Now, all these Utsavas come and go. They are not continuous, isn't it? They are there occasionally. But here, we have Utsava Lahari. Lahari means a wave. A wave in the ocean comes one after the other. There is no stoppage of waves. So similarly, this Utsava Lahari is continuous. Continuous Utsava, continuous festivity, continuous delight, continuous enjoyment for Shambhu, for Shiva. Devi is the Utsava Lahari herself, the source of Utsava, continuous wave of Utsava, festivity for Shiva. Devi has adopted Kanchipuram as her abode. She is the Madhudhara, the continuous flow of honey in the tender cavity in the stem of the lotus of Upanishad. She has elevated pot-like bosom, and she is herself the continuous wave of festivity of Shiva. Upasmahe, I pray, I worship that Devi. Utsavalaharim, Upasmahe. Shambhoho Utsavalaharim, Upasmahe. I worship that Devi. We worship, actually. Upasmahe is plural, so he is including us also. The poet is including us also, the reader also. So, Upasmahe, we worship. Next, Yena Shishu.
Yena Shishu Dirghalocanam, Yena Paripanti Santatam Bhajatam, Ekambranata Jivitam, Evam Padaduramekamavalambe.
Avalambe, I take refuge in, I take support from. You have seen before, Avalambe. I take support from whom? Yena Shishu Dirghalochanam. Lochanam is eyes. Dirgha means long eyes. For women, if you have a long eye, lengthy eye, eyes extending up to ear, that is how it is described normally. So if you have Dirghalochana, lengthy ear, that is a beauty. Now, this is this Dirghalochana, this long, lengthy eye is given an example. Yena Shishu. Yena means deer. In fact, moon is known as Enanka. Like Shashanka, there is another name for moon, Enanka. Ena means deer, because he has got a kalanka which is looking like Ena, which is looking like deer. So, Ena Shishu means the young one of a deer. Her eyes are very long and looking like young one of a deer. You know how the eyes of a deer are, this is compared to that. Yena paripanthi santatam bhajatam, those who worship, of those who worship, santatam, of those who worship always. continuously. Of those who worship always, she does what? She becomes enaha paripanthi. Enaha means sin. Paripanthi means enemy. She becomes the enemy of sins, of dosha, of faults, of those who worship always. If you continuously worship her, then you will not acquire any sin. That is what it means. All your sins will be stopped before they approach you. That means what? Your mind is so pure that you will not commit any sin. That is the meaning. Yenaha paripanthi. Paripanthi means enemy. Of those who worship continuously, she is the enemy of sin which will approach you. Ekamranatha Jeevitam. We know Ekamranatha, Ekamreshwara, Ishvara who is having his abode under the single mango tree. Eka Amra Natha. That is Ekamreshwara in Kanchipuram. Ekamranatha Jeevitam. She is the very life of Ekamranatha. Normally, Radha is described as prana of Krishna. Krishna's prana is Radha. Similarly, now Ekamranatha's prana is Kamakshi. So Ekamranatha Jeevitam. She is the life of Ekamreshwara. Evam pada duram ekam avalambe. Evam pada duram. That is, duram means she is far away. She is far away from evam pada. Evam pada means, evam means like this. Supposing I describe somebody, so and so is 5 feet 6 inches tall, so and so is 70 kg, so and so has studied this, so and so is employed here. This is all description. Then finally I say evam. So like this is his name, this is where he is, this person is in Kanchi. So I conclude by saying evam. Evam means this way. Evam means this way. Evam pada, the word evam, the word this way. That means she is far away from the word this way. Means what? You cannot describe her. She is beyond description. You cannot say, I have described and so I am concluding saying evam, this way. You don't have any means of describing her. Then how can you conclude? You cannot describe. Then where is the question of concluding your description? So she is far away. It's a very rare, beautiful phrase which he is using, which the poet is using. You will not find this kind of words in any other composition, any other poems. Like we saw Aidam Paryam last time. Similarly, this is all difficult, different words. Evam pada duram. She is far away from any description which will conclude with evam, like this, thus. You cannot say thus. If you say thus, that means you have said something about her, then you are saying thus. You cannot say thus, that means you cannot describe her. So she is evam pada duram. Ekam, she is unique. That is why she is evam pada duram. Because she is unique, there is no person comparable. So if you want to describe something, Rama Ravanayor Yuddham, Rama Ravanayor Iva, it says, Ramayana. Because Rama, the Yuddha between Rama and Ravana cannot be compared with any other Yuddha. So he says, Valmiki says, Rama Ravanayor Yuddham, Rama Ravanayor Iva. Similarly, if you cannot compare Devi with anyone else, she is Ekam. That is why she is incomparable. She is beyond any description. Evam pada duram. I take refuge in her, who is having long eyes, beautiful like the young one of a deer. And for those who worship constantly, she is the enemy of sins. Sins will never accrue to them. And she is the very life of Ekamreshwara. And she is unique, unitary. No one can come anywhere near her. And she is beyond all description. So you can never say evam. You can never say, thus I have described her. You cannot say that. Next. Mayamana Mukham.
Smayamana Mukham Kanchi Ayamanam Kamapi Devata Bhedam Dayamanam Viksha Muhu Vayamanandamritam Budho Magnaga.
Vayam Anandamritam Budhau Magnaha. Second line. Dayamanam Vikshya Muhuhu Vayam Anandamrita Ambudhau Magnaha. Muhuhu means constantly. Vayam means we. We are constantly Magnaha, immersed. We are constantly immersed in ocean, Ambudhau, in the ocean. In what ocean we are constantly immersed? Being immersed in the ocean is very dangerous. But here, this ocean is very delightful. Why? Ananda Amrita Ambudhau. The ocean is Ananda Amrita. The nectar of bliss, nectar of Ananda, nectar of happiness. Nectar of happiness, Amrita of Ananda, that is the ocean. In that ocean, we are completely immersed. We don't know anything other than the ocean. Constantly, Muhuhu means constantly. We are constantly, it's not as if we are immersed for 5 minutes, then we come out. No, we are constantly immersed in that ocean, which is Amrita Ananda. Dayamanam Vikshya. Why, how we got into this ocean? By looking at her. Vikshya means looking at. By looking at Dayamanam. Dayamanam means one who is compassion personified. Dayamanam means one who is compassion herself, one who is Daya herself. Not having Daya. Dayavati, no. Dayavati, it doesn't say. It says Dayamanam. It means she is comparison. Daya, it says Karuna, we saw it last time. So similarly, Dayamanam. And Smayamana Mukham, because she is full of compassion, she is having ever smiling face. Smayamana Mukham. Smayamana, ever smiling Mukham face. Kanchi Mayama, not Bhaya. It says Kanchi Bhayamanam in the screen. It should be Kanchi Mayamanam. Similar to Dayamanam, it is Kanchi Mayamanam. That means she is Kanchi, Kanchi Mayam. When a room is full of something, we say that it is full of that material, isn't it? So similarly, Kanchi is full of Devi. So she is Kanchi Maya, Kanchi Mayamanam. So who has Kanchi as her abode and who is in full presence in Kanchi. Kamapi, someone. Devata Bhedam, a deity, a Devata. Bhedam means different from other devatas. Don't think that I have come api devatam. If he says, you can say, I have seen any devata. She is not any devata. She is a different devata. Devata bhedam. So she is a very special devata. That special devata I have seen who is having her, who is spread herself in Kanchi, who is having a very smiling face and who is compassion personified. I have seen her. So we are, so he is using plural again. So we, not I. He is using plural. He is including us. So we are constantly immersed in that ocean of Ananda Amrita, bliss, nectar of bliss. Yeah, next one. Kutuka Jushi. Mami voice valla.
Sorry. कुतुकजुषि कांची देशे कुमुद तपोराशि पाकशेखरिते कुरुते मनोविहारं कुलगिरि परिबृढ कुलैक मणिदीपे.
Now, this is a description of Devi again. What she is doing, Kurute, she is doing. Kutuka Jushi, she is enjoying very much. Kutuka means very eagerly, like a child enjoying a sweet after sweet, a game after game. So that is the eagerness. Kautuka is eagerness. Kutuka Jushi, she is enjoying very eagerly in the area of Kanchi, very happy. She is very happy, that means. She is enjoying her stay in Kanchi Desha very happily, very eagerly. Kumuda Taporashi Paka Shekharite. Now again, this is another description of the moon. Shekhara means head, on the head. Shekhara is on the head. On the head, she is having Kumuda Taporashi Paka. Kumuda is lily. Taporashi, the accumulated tapas of lily. Lily blossoms on seeing the moon in the night, like lotus blossoms on seeing the sun in the day. So for Kumuda's tapas, for the tapas of lily, moon is the aim. So on seeing the moon, the tapas gets fulfilled. So Paka means fulfillment, fruition, we have seen before. Vipaka we saw, same. So the fruition of the accumulated tapas, tapo rashi, Paka, fruition of the accumulated tapas of Kumuda, the lily, is the moon. So that moon she is having on her head. Kurute manoviharam. She is no, Kurute Manovihara. I sport in my mind on her. Kurute Manoviharam. I direct my mind. I sport my mind. Kurute Manoviharam. She is sporting in my mind, so I make her sport in my mind. Kurute Manoviharam. Kulagiri Paribrudha Kulaika Mani Deepe. Kulagiri Paribridha Kula Eka Mani Deepe. Kulagiri we have seen before. Kula Parvatas, 7 Kula Parvatas we saw, the principal mountains. Paribridha means Lord, Master. The Lord of the 7 Kula Parvatas is Himavan. We know that. We have seen before. Similar description we saw. So Kulagiri Paribridha is Himavan. He is the Master. He is the Lord of the 7 Kula Parvatas. For his Kula, for the lineage of Himavan, Kulagiri Paribridha Kula, for the lineage of Himavan, she is like a deepa, she is like a lamp. What kind of lamp? Eka Mani Deepi. She is a unique Eka Deepa. You cannot say someone else was also born in Himavan's lineage, so she will be compared to her. No. She cannot be compared to anyone else. So, Eka Deepa, and she is also Mani Deepa, gem-studded Deepa, very beautiful Deepa, gem-studded Deepa, very glorious Deepa, lamp, Eka, unique Deepa, Kula, in the lineage of Paribruda, of the master of Kulagiri, Lord of 7 Kula Parvatas, who is Himavan. So, Manoviharam Kurute, I sport my mind in this Kutuka Jushi, that is, one who is enjoying happily in the area of Kanchi, and she is having on her head Kumuda Taporashi Paka, the matured, the fruition of the accumulated tapas, the huge Taporashi means huge amount of tapas. After doing a huge amount of tapas, Kumuda is able to see the moon. So Kumuda Tapora, that means what? That means we have also to do a lot of tapas for being able to see Devi. That is the indirect meaning. So just as Kumuda is doing a lot of tapas for seeing the moon, that moon is sitting on her head. Similarly, we should also do a lot of tapas if you want to see Devi in your own minds. Because the poet says in his mind, Devi is sporting. Kurute Manoviharam. And she is the one unitary lamp, gem-studded lamp in the lineage of the master, of the Lord, of the 7 Kula Parvatas, who is Himavan. So I think we'll stop here. We allow time for questions.
Yes, sir. Anyone has any questions, you can kindly unmute yourselves and ask questions, please. Any questions?
I have a question. Should I go ahead, or is there anybody else?
Someone has asked a question. Kampa River, where it is flowing, if it flows in Kanchipuram, then present is it Pala River or Kampa River? Just to know about the river.
Yeah, it is flowing in Kanchipuram. Yes, there is a Kampa river.
What are the 7 moksha
I
periods?
saw another question on the screen about 7 moksha puris.
Yes, sir.
Ayodhya, Mathura, Kanchi. Like that, there are 7 moksha puris. Now, Kanchi is one of the 7. All the other 6 are in north of Vindhyas. This is the only moksha puri in the south of Vindhyas, Kanchi. Yeah, next.
Why are they all moksha puris? Is this another question they have asked?
Why are they moksha puris?
Yes.
Well, there are some places which are known as more sacred than the rest, isn't it? This place particularly is sacred. Like Jyotirlinga, for example. You have Shivalingas all over the place, but there are 12 Jyotirlingas. Now, why are they called Jyotirlinga? There is a story behind each Jyotirlinga where Shiva appeared as a Jyoti to some devotee. There are stories in Shiva Purana. Similarly, the moksha puris have got their own stories where Devi has given moksha to various devotees on various occasions. So these places are known for having given moksha, like Kashi. Kashi is known as moksha puri for that is why many people want to die in Kashi. So similarly, the other 6 places are also special places where if you prayed to Devi or Shiva, those places you will get moksha. They are very distinct places of special glory of Shiva or Devi. That is why they are moksha puris. Yeah.
Sir, there's another request. Can you kindly read 27th sloka, first line breakdown? Thank you.
27. Urarikrita Kanchipurim. Urarikrita Kanchipurim. Upanishad Aravinda. Upanishad Aravinda becomes Upanishad Aravinda. Upanishad Aravinda Kuhara Madhu Dharam. That's all. Upanishad Aravinda Kuhara Madhu Dharam. That is the split.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in sloka number 29, the second line, so muhur vayamana. So what is the meaning of vayamana? The muhu.
No, there is no vayamana. Vayam ananda amrita ambudhau. See,
so what is the meaning of vayam?
Don't confuse with the other dayamana, mayamana. See, that is the beauty of the composition. In each sloka, he is having a particular phrase or letter of the alphabet which repeats itself. In the previous one, he says Ena Shishu, Ekam, so like the A is repeating. In one of the earlier one, Urari Krita, like that. So in every sloka, there is a special repetition. Now here the repetition is mana, but it should not be taken together with Vayam, Vayamana. It's not Vayamana. It is Vayam, Ananda. Vayam means we. Vayam means we. Ananda Amrita Ambudhau, in the ocean of Ananda Amrita. Ocean of Amrita, which is Ananda.
And Guruji, one more question. In sloka number 25, what is the meaning of Saraswat?
Saraswata. Saraswata Purushakara Samra. Saraswata means connected with Saraswati, connected with knowledge. Connected with knowledge. Purushakara is effort. Effort for gaining knowledge is Saraswata Purushakara. Human effort for gaining knowledge.
Dhanyavad, Guruji.
Thank you, sir. I think we have no more questions.
Okay. So I wish everyone all the best. With the blessings of Acharya Ji, we will be able to meet again next week.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mami. Thank you.
Thank you.